But listen, I gotta get going, make a few stops and shit. I just went to go see my mom's, came straight here.
All right, man.
Is Kanan Stark. He has no known surviving next of kin. His son Sean was murdered.
The only person you ever thought could have done it was his mom's.
We heard back from our friends in NYPD.
Famous.
It was your mother's son.
We bring together you and Unique.
It's an ideal arrangement for all parties involved.
Always protecting you, but not no more. Tonight, I'm gonna do what I should have done.
We believe there's an opportunity for a successful joint venture.
Welcome back, Top Notch Gang, to another video. We're here in the aftermath of season 4 episode 9 of Raising Kanan, and so much is set up for the season finale with the new preview trailer we received already, as well as 1 or 2 exclusive photos we've already saw. In this video, we gotta break down the possibility of Kanan killing Rock. This has been a lot of you guys' theories for a long time now, and it seems like it's a very strong chance that it can happen within this next episode. I'm not sure just yet, because season 5 is the last season. It's too big not to have Rock in it, but we're gonna break down what the preview trailer has shown us and also talk about the introduction of Breeze. I literally just made a video a few days ago saying I was done with the Breeze conversations until they said the name Breeze. But in the new preview trailer, once again, it looks like Breeze is being confirmed and he's gonna be a mainstay character going into season 5, which makes so much sense if Rock is out the picture. So I'm gonna give my predictions, my breakdowns of all the clues, hints, and details we got from the preview trailer of episode 10, Kanan possibly killing Rock, the introduction of Breeze, how it all goes down. So as usual, you guys can leave a like, comment, subscribe, and let's get right into it. So as usual, to kick this video off, we gotta start with the episode 4:10 description. A devastated Kanan fiercely searches for answers and revenge. Rock attempts to stave off the collapse of her business as she and Lou prepare for a possible war with Unique. Now, obviously we gotta recap what just took place in episode 9 leading up to what we're about to see in episode 10. And the main topic of that is of course gonna be the death of Krystal, because coming from her being killed and being kidnapped by Snaps and Pop, of course she was able to reveal to them that Kanan believed that Rock took out Famous. Now we know he already wanted to blame her, he already wanted to do that, and even Krystal told him that in the episode that she got kidnapped, that he blames everything bad on Rock.
I don't think your mom's had anything to do with what happened to Famous. Or you don't trust her so much that you blame anything bad that happens on her.
And Rock said it to him within episode 9 as well, that it might be nice for him to have someone to always blame all his shit on.
You know what must be nice? For you to have me in your life to always point the finger at.
And this is no different at all, because with Krystal revealing that he thought it was Rock and Pop shooting her, they were able to go back to Kanan and tell him that, hey, we talked to our cops, our connects, and we heard it was Rock who put down Fame. And this is going to be even more interesting because we saw them have a conversation this episode earlier, and she once again reiterated to him that she had nothing to do with taking out Famous, and she has nothing to do with Krystal being missing. Now, of course, he's going to think she lied to him once again. We saw that Detective Garcia showed Jukebox a picture basically confirming that Krystal was dead, and we see in the preview trailer Kanan, it looks like he's in his old apartment. He's wearing the exact same fit that he was wearing when he just met up with Snaps and Pop. It looks like he's crying, and you kinda could see Jukebox in the background, or at least I believe this to be her. So she's relaying the information to him possibly that Krystal is dead. So he's gonna be furious. He's once again gonna think if Rock had a hand in Fame, she definitely had a hand in Krystal, especially because Rock told him that Krystal went to see her. We also could see within the preview trailer already, he's sitting down in a meetup with Snaps and Pop, and the specific fit that he's wearing is a fit we saw from an exclusive photo where we see him at a gravesite. I told you guys I thought this gravesite was gonna be Krystal, and now that we're getting it in the last and final episode, that makes the most sense to me. me in my opinion, but some people are now thinking it could be Rock. Once again, we'll explain that a little later. Now, within this conversation we're going to see him have with Snaps and Pop, we overhear them talk about connecting him with Unique. It'll be the best interest for all parties involved.
We bring together you and Unique.
It's an ideal arrangement for all parties involved.
Which we already saw within episode 8. Unique went to Snaps and Pop to set up this whole arrangement anyway. Basically, y'all, we get rid of Rock, we could keep Kanan around, and everything's good.
Y'all see, y'all cool with Stefano, right? Looking with Phil Russo out of Newark. We get together, we could broker that piece. Only taste y'all catching right now is off of Kanan's work. You ain't getting shit from Rock.
And finally, we saw the conversation between Kanan and Unique in episode 9, where Unique kind of proposed the same deal to him, say we work together without Rock, everything don't gotta be about her, I respect you, and we could get some shit going basically. And we also saw that Rock saw Kanan leaving Unique's shop. This is probably what pushed her to go and see Unique face to face at the end of episode 9. We're gonna see that conversation at the beginning of episode 10, but Kanan once again being caught in the mix is probably what pushed her to do all this. Now we know they're gonna be going head first into war, and now with Kanan believing she took down Fame, he's possibly gonna side with Unique once again. This brings us to the second half of the things we hear in the teaser trailer from Kanan, where he's saying, I'm gonna do what I should have been done.
I'm always protecting you, but not no more. Tonight I'm gonna do what I should have done.
Now, people are saying this could refer to two things. One, obviously in season 3, when he was on Ronnie's side against Rock, Ronnie tried to have Rock killed in a drive-by, and he was pissed about this. He told Ronnie, don't go after my family, and Ronnie still did it, making moves without him. And then he set Ronnie up, acted like he was on his side, that he was going to extort Rock for some money and everything like that, but ended up killing Ronnie in favor of her, because he said Ronnie was out of line. He even told that to Unique within episode 9. So people think he's saying this because he should have let Ronnie kill her. He should have let her be taken out, that she'd been needed to be up out the way. So they think he's gonna be the one to kill her, to take her out once and for all. But a lot of people are also thinking he possibly could be sending her to jail. We gotta remember in season 3 as well, he told her that there's things that I could say, there's places you could go.
I could make phone calls too, stories I could tell. There's places they could take you.
Basically insinuated that he could put her in jail for a lot of the things she did commit, which I do think is a viable option, because once again, Rock is an essential piece to the story, and with there being one season left, I don't think it makes sense to eliminate her all the way just yet. I think a lot of people think she went to jail, prison, or she's still in there or something of the sort. We can pick up a few clues we heard in the original Power, where when Kanan first got out of jail, he told Ghost and Tommy that he went to see his moms. That's all he really got a chance to do.
But listen, I gotta get going, make a few stops and shit. I just went to go see my moms, came straight here.
All right, man.
So people are taking this as a clue that, hey, she's possibly alive, in jail, psych ward, injured, something, but she's alive. But he was trying to hide the fact that he was trying to kill Ghost at the time, even told his own son Sean to lie about it.
I want Ghost dead before I get out.
You got some more pretending to do. Ghost can't know I've been out, can't know nothing you know about me, all right?
Yeah, I know.
So he could have been lying about this as well, because also we heard within the original Power, when Kanan was killed by the cops and Tariq was watching the TV, they said he had no known living relative.
Is Kanan Stark. He has no known surviving next of kin. His son Sean was murdered.
Of course, Jukebox was there at this time. His son Sean was dead, and Rock was alive. She was a kingpin or something. I'm thinking they would mention this, but a lot of this obviously got retconned to make the story Raising Kanan work. So she could be alive, she could not be. It's a lot we really don't know, and these two scenes kind of contradict one another. One saying he went to see her, and one saying he has no known living relatives. Which is why, as I mentioned earlier, people are now thinking thinking this could be Rock's grave and could be the final scene we're seeing to close out season 4. And when he said he was going to visit his mom in Original Power, this is what he meant or what he was talking about. Once again, I still don't think that's the case. I think this is Krystal due to the fact that he's meeting with Snaps and Pops with these same clothes on, and they're still talking about him teaming up with Unique and taking out Rock. So I think this takes place earlier in the episode, but a lot of people seem to believe that this is Rock or whatever. But the prison theory is still on the table. Just send her away instead of killing her. But from the way the trailer is going and everything sounding, with him in his new alliance with Snaps and Pop, meeting Breeze, we'll get to that in the next section, teaming up with Unique, it's just not looking good for Rock overall. So you guys could just let me know down below which choice you think he is doing. Do you think he's legitimately killing Rock right before the last and final season, and that makes sense why Breeze is getting introduced? Or do you think he's just planning on not necessarily snitching, but getting her caught up, sent to jail, go down for something, basically getting her out the picture once and for all the trauma that he feel she has caused him? Let me know down below. Last but not least, certainly not least, the Breeze section. Breeze finally confirmed. That's what we all talking about. This is coming at such a funny time because I just talked about my last Unique video about him and Kanan's conversation. People starting to think that he's Breeze once again because him and Kanan finally gonna start working together. And I said I didn't think he was, but I'm not gonna make another video on Breeze until I hear the words Breeze. But this preview trailer, like, this gotta be the biggest Breeze hint ever. The fact that he's getting introduced to him once it seems like the whole thing with Rock and the war with Unique and everything is over, because as we can see, he's wearing the same clothes in the scene where he's meeting Breeze as he's wearing when he's at Rock's house, maybe later that night or the night before. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. But he's being introduced to this person and they don't want to show his face. They're shaking hands, seemingly meeting for the first time if they're gonna be shaking hands. So it looks like this is gonna be Breeze. And once again, I said that I felt like it just made more sense for him to be a new character and that they was going to need the white pieces off the chessboard to establish him in season 5, because I said Breeze, Kanan, and Jukebox, the actors that played them, are going to be integral to Power Origins. I think once Raising Kanan is officially finished, those 3 actors are moving on to Power Origins to help a young Ghost and Tommy, because we have so much information about Breeze and Kanan, the way they helped with the upbringing of Ghost and Tommy. So I think season 1 of Origins, we probably could get the backstory of Ghost's dad, the drunkenness, things like that. Tommy, how he grew up in the neighborhood, only white boy, having to fight every single day. Them to eventually Lincoln, run into Kanan, and everything we heard from Tommy and Ghost about what Breeze and Kanan taught them, about what they did for them. And I already went on my way to go back to the Original Power and get every single clip and scene where Breeze was mentioned. So we're gonna make a video about this after the season, once the dust has settled and it actually is Breeze that they're showing in this preview trailer. But to give a few sneak peeks of things we heard about Breeze, I'll play a few right here. First thing we learned about Breeze in the very first episode is that Ghost and Tommy, of course, came up working under him.
The hustling, all the work, from working the corner for Breeze and Kanan.
So that's the first information we got about him, and then it just grew and grew and built from there to the point where Breeze became the biggest question mark in Power Universe history. We then go on to learn that Breeze is actually one that gave Ghost his nickname. Say he had the ability to appear and disappear and no one could see him coming.
We knew this guy Breeze when we were kids. He came up with Ghost. Said the kid had the ability to disappear.
We learned that that was how he got the moniker Ghost. That's how he got that alias. And then, of course, the biggest information we, of course, know about Breeze as well is that Ghost and Tommy took him out.
You raised Roller. You wrote the blueprint for his moves, man. Why wouldn't he want to take out the boss? It's the same shit you did to Breeze.
Now, I know a lot of people mainly focus on that it was Ghost who did it because I just played a clip of Kanan saying it, that it's the same shit Ghost did with Breeze. But even Tommy in another clip said they both stood there and put a bullet in his head, and he both did it to obtain the top spot.
Why would Roller do it?
Same reason 2 former corner boys looked Breeze in the face and shot him in the fucking head. When you want that top spot, you're willing to do whatever it takes to get it.
So Breeze has been this big mystery because he's supposed to be one of Ghost's first kills, and you obviously know this really impacted him. This character is brought up a lot, and we've seen how emotional he was when Tariq asked him about Breeze to tell him the truth, tell him the story, and he was talking about how he gave Breeze one more chance and it just didn't work out.
I loved Breeze, but he got in my way, son, okay? So I had to get rid of him. I gave Breeze one more chance. I asked him to change his mind. He didn't.
Now that's pretty much all the major details we know about Breeze. We know a few other bits or pieces of the information. He stuck to the same schedule. That's how they call him slipping. He used to like watching Jeopardy and shit like that. But obviously, if it turns out this is him we meet in the finale, we're gonna see him throughout the entirety of season 5, of course. And once again, I think all these characters have a part to play in Power Origin. Breeze, Jukebox, and Kanan, that is. So I can't wait for that. Overall though, that's it for this video. You guys can leave your thoughts, opinions, predictions down below. I know people are gonna say the title is a little clickbaity. I only put that because I put the scenes from the original Power, one saying she's alive, one saying she's basically dead, that she's not, and a lot of people don't want to know that information. But also I do think this is Breeze confirmed. Rock is looking shaky. Only reason I don't think Rock is gonna die because I'm leaning towards the possibility of it being Marvin. And we're going to talk about that in a video tomorrow, as we've already got sneak peek teasers, 4 scenes in season 5, 1 about Jukebox specifically. Like I said, we're going to dive into that tomorrow, but this last episode is going to be crazy. You guys give me your final death predictions. Oh man, it looks like Snaps and Pop are going to survive. I wanted them to get taken out so bad, but I can't wait to see how all this turns out. As usual, you guys leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'm out.